Hello, everyone. This is National Motivational Speaker and Certified Life Coach Robert Landau, welcoming you back to another episode of the 5-Minute Life Changer podcast, where 5 minutes is all the motivation you need to change your life for the better. Can you do it? Yes. Will you do it? Well, that's something that's always up to you. The episode topic for this episode is how to tear psychological walls down, getting out of the holding pattern. And I want to kick things off with a little story concerning me. I was somebody early in life, childhood, teens, 20s, that always held myself back. I was very shy. I was teased and bullied in school viciously all the way through to junior high school. Let's just say, and this is putting it mildly, that I had a very, very low opinion of myself. I couldn't stand what I saw looking back at me in the mirror. I was terrified and afraid of everything because I had no self-confidence. So I developed some psychological stuff as I continued to grow. You could not get me up in front of two people and speak. I was always in school the last person to be picked in gym for a team. You know how devastating that is? That just tells you that nobody likes you and nobody wants you on their team. So, the strangest thing was that my ambition in life back then was to be an actor and to be a damn good actor. I could hear, I could feel, I could sense the applause that I would get on stage after an acting job well done, even though I was afraid of my own shadow in reality. So, when you are aware, because you got to know that you have psychological issues before you can have the motivation and inspiration to do anything about them. So I knew what was holding me down because logically I said to myself, now, Robert, how wonderful it is that you have a dream to be an actor, but you're terrified of people. You're terrified of life. You are terrified of yourself. So what are you going to do about it, Robert? So I decided, I'm going to be an actor. Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. The only way that you can ever hope to change and flip a negative into a positive is to just tackle the issue head on and know and feel that you will be successful. So I asked myself, how are you going to do this? And then I told myself, Robert, what are the 2 or 3 things you need to do right now to start you on this journey? And I decided, number 1, feel that it's possible for me, that I can and will do it. Because if you can't see that you're going to win the race before the race even begins, you're doomed. So I just had this feeling, and I worked so damn hard at it, no matter how resistant my mind chatter was, telling me that I'm crazy, telling me that I'm a fool for wanting to be an actor, given the way I feel and think about myself and life. But I decided, you know what? I am so much more than my negative mind chatter. I'm going to rise above that and accomplish this task. Number 2, how specifically was I going to do it? Well, after college, I enrolled myself, because I was living in New York City, into New York City's most avant-garde acting school at the time. It was called the Working Theater. And two masters of the acting industry, Kristen Linklater, who wrote a book called Freeing the Natural Voice, and Peter Cass, who had an amazing acting method that so many stars studied with him in New York City. Those two incredible people put together the working theater. And the first year, they trained 10 actors and actresses in New York City to be teachers of this method. And then the next year, the school opened, and I was one of their first students. And I was terrified. They would put you up on stage in a Broadway theater and ask you to, well, I'll give you an example. They would say, Robert, we want you to be a tree in the winter, and you are out there in 80-degree below weather, freezing your butt off. You have a foot of branches on, freezing your butt off. You have a foot of ice on your branches, and you are cold, and you are angry through sound and movement only, Robert. Show us how you feel. Go. Well, for somebody who was so inhibited, so shy, so terrified to express himself, that was like climbing to the highest diving board with blindfolds on and jumping off, hoping that there's water below. Well, you know what? I took my life in my hands and had a conversation with myself at that particular moment in time, which went like this. Robert, you're standing on the diving board now. Just jump. Do it. Who cares what it's going to look like? Who cares what they think of you while you're doing it and after you've done it? Do it now. And guess what? I did it. And it wasn't so bad. And you know what? I got applause from the other students who were watching this. That gave me all the confidence I needed to know that I could do anything and knock psychological walls down that I had hid behind for so long. And I became a working actor in New York City for many years. Then I transitioned into cruise directing and as a motivational speaker. Now, I still use all of those incredible skills that I was brave enough to learn at the working theater in New York City so many years ago. Let me tell you something. If I can do it, so can you. What are the 3 things you need to do to overcome any psychological block that you have had? What can you do right here, right now to overcome that? And when you come up with those things, just like the Nike commercial says, just do it. You can do anything you set your mind to do. I'm living proof of that. And you know what? So are you. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been Robert Landau with the 5-Minute Life Changer podcast. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, if you resonated with it, please give the video a like. And also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay up to date with all the motivation I will continue to share with you. Thank you.